I mean, I'm going to get my oil changed, and I don't want to scare anybody. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. So this will be the second in a series, and I think maybe I might continue the series. I don't know for how long. Nuggets. Why always when I start a video does my little girl have to begin her shenanigans? She just moved the camera, but hopefully the angle is still okay. As I was saying, there are products that we see that are usually quite expensive, and then we decide, nah, I really don't need it, I'm not going to get it. And then when they go on sale, suddenly it's like, alright, I'm going to get it. I think that could be a flawed philosophy. Just because something is on sale, you don't necessarily need to get it. Now, I'm speaking about the Alyssa Edwards palette from Anastasia, Beverly Hills. I wasn't going to get this palette, and I didn't, and I just spoke about it recently in one of my videos, which is ironic that it is currently on sale at Ulta for 40% off. For 40% off, I thought I would give it a shot. And by the way, it's still ridiculously hot in New York. Can somebody please explain this to me? I know you're like, so why are you wearing a sweatshirt? I'm not comfortable wearing short sleeves or showing my arms or anything. So that's why I have to wear long shirts, which is why I want the cooler weather so bad. Badly. So badly. Use your English, Leanne. But now here's the question. Just because it's on sale, do you need to get it? Well, I'm going to go through this. I have not even dunked my fingers into this palette, and I'm going to let you know my thoughts on whether or not it is worth the even 40% off. As I was doing some research on this, I looked at the grams and I wanted to see what were pressed pigments and what were actually eyeshadows, because this is a vibrant palette, and usually with such a vibrant palette, they're all going to be pressed pigments. Pressed pigments, they say, nugget, are not safe for the eye area. 99% what they mean about that is it could stain the eye area, and anything that gets into your skin or is absorbed by your skin, the FDA does not deem safe for the eye area. It doesn't mean it's going to harm you. It's not like some of the glitters that they have that they say they're not safe, because those could actually get into your eye and scratch your cornea, which I have seen happen to several people that I personally know. Trying to put my phone on silent because, yes, it will annoy the bejeebies out of me because it rings with spam calls all day long. So what I did notice about one thing, and I looked at the grams. Now, this one has 0.8 grams of product. When I looked back at her other palettes, I didn't realize that they vary so much in between palettes. They vary anywhere from 0.7 to 0.8 or a little bit higher. I find that interesting that the price point is the same, but the amount of total product that you are getting can vary between 0.10 grams. I'm going to insert a picture as to why my camera shakes all the time, and you'll see what my knucklehead kitten does all the time. I have to remove her from the area because she just will not behave, but I wanted to let her say hello to you guys. I really don't get mad at her. I can get mad at her, but I also have to film and not have my camera shake all over the place. And now she's hugging me. How do you get mad at a kitten when she does this? All right, go play. So I'm going to go over which ones are the pressed pigments as I go through and swatch them. The palette is a cardboard palette, not a plastic. It has a shiny finish. Alyssa Edwards is a drag queen who is known for her bold colors and her bold looks, so I think that the palette is very appropriate for her as a collab. It has the typical mirror in it and the standard 14 shadows. Although this palette will not be for there's the brush, for everyone, you can get a neutral look out of it, but I don't think you're going to be looking for a neutral look if you are picking up this palette. So you have to know what you're getting. But if you happen to pull the palette and you wanted to create a fairly neutral look, there are several that you can certainly do that with. The three shimmers in here, I think, are enough, maybe? I don't know. As I said, I haven't even put my fingers into the palette to be able to give you a good idea. Here are the first three shades, and honestly, they did not swatch well at all. This one is Headliner. Inspire swatched very nicely. It is one of the metallic shades. And this one is Unicorn Tribe. Those are not very good swatches. That wasn't a very good impression. Again, you can't necessarily judge on swatches alone, so I'm going to keep going. Next up we have Texas Made, which felt soft to the touch, but didn't swatch very well. I'm sorry, the yellow is Brick Road. This pink is Texas Made, which is one of the pigments. The next is Dream It, the blue. Blue is also one of the pigments, and Back Rolls. That's a kind of silly name, but nonetheless, that is the name. They have already stained the skin slightly, just as an FYI. On to the second row, we have the Supreme, we have HOE. I don't know what that stands for, but it does have dots afterward. I know what the actual word without the dots means. This is DDC, and this is BBDC. Again, these acronyms, unfortunately, I don't really follow Alyssa Edwards, so I do not know what they mean. The BBDC is a pigment. Lastly, we have Beyond, which is this color here, Believe, which is a pigment, and Beast, which is a matte black. So, unfortunately, just from the swatches, I'm not impressed. I'm not going to give full judgment. I won't even give full judgment on the palette just by using it once. But the swatches, to me, weren't promising. Of course, now my arm is going to be purple for a while. Good thing I don't wear short sleeves. Because it's such a vibrant palette, I do want to prime my eyes using my MAC paint stick, which my amazing friend Anya Stamper, Pink Sweets on YouTube, I'm going to link her below. She sent this to me. I'm forever grateful to her because I really love this stuff. I'm going to use my Artiste brush just to blend some of this out. I use this brush for multiple things. For concealer, for this. I haven't really used it for eyeshadow. I do use the smaller one, but not as much as I probably should, considering what I paid for. I'm actually having a hard time deciding what look I want to create with this. No matter what, though, I want to create a neutral base. This palette doesn't bend back the way her others do. I'm afraid I feel like I'm going to snap it. I'm going to take HOE. Okay, that's very pigmented. Okay, that was one dip, and it blended beautifully, as you can see. So once again, it affirms my theory that swatches really don't mean much, and yet it's the swatches that usually make me buy something. So it's a very contradictory thing going on there. I sheared it out, but if you pack it on and just blend without shearing it out the way I did, I think it'll be very intense. I'm going to take a bit of a fluffy kind of flat shader, and I'm going to go into Headliner, and I want to prime my lid over my primer. I want a very white base so the colors will pop. And I'm just packing this on. I am going to take one of my SL Miss Glam brushes. I like this one because it's flat, it's a shader, but it has a pointy tip so that when you want to get very precise, possibly cut crease, it works well getting in there, and it also works very well underneath my eyes because it's nice and soft. And I'm going to take that HOE color, and I'm going to blend that. A, this brush is so darn soft, I love it. And B, yes, I am keeping it slightly neutral. I mean, I'm going to get my oil changed, and I don't want to scare anybody. I have a hard time trying to decide what to use that yellow for. It stands out so much. I mean, if you take that out, you know, all of the colors are really cohesive, and the yellows just, I'm not sure. You know what, let's go with purples today. I like purples. I'm going to take this Unicorn Tribe and put it in my crease. That's more pinky than it looks in the pan. There's no kick up. Did I say I was going to go neutral? I lied. Okay, another misjudgment on my part, because it blends beautifully, it's not patchy, it's vibrant and pigmented, yet you can sheer it out to your desired effect. It doesn't get stuck, if you know what I mean. And this is one of the shadows that did not blend, swatch well. Oh, I envy those who do not have to finagle their placement, who do not have aging eyes, and just go boop, boop, boop. But you know what? As I said, I'm happy to be aging, and I'm just going to make it work the way I have to. Oh my goodness, Diagnosis Murder is on downstairs. I love Diagnosis Murder. That's beautiful. I'm going to take a small-ish Luxie brush, and I'm going to go into BBDC, which is one of the pressed pigments. So I don't know how it's going to work on this brush, but I want to tap this in the corner. That just deepens up that edge a little bit. I think it would look even, you know, pretty even. Can I speak? I think it would look pretty even if I didn't add this. But, you know. When I deepen up my edge of my eye, if I just put it on the lid, it tends to draw my eyelid down further, this part. So I have to bring it up slightly, but I'm not taking it all the way into the crease. This is just what works on my particular eyes, so I mention it because maybe if you have eyes like mine, that tip may come in handy for you. But everyone's eyes are different, so what one technique works on one person is not going to work on another. And I can't speak. The other, another. So sometimes you have to like combine all of the tips and tricks to make it work for you. Now, do I want to use DDC or Beyond for my lid shade? I think I might add DDC on this part, but I think I'm going to go in with the pink. It's my lid color. Okay, neutral went out the window. Or subtle went out the window. Now, these aren't glitters, so you're not going to get a huge pop, but this is dry. It's very pretty, but I want to wet my brush. See, as soon as I wet my brush, it just adds a little bit more intensity. I promise to never say impactful ever again, if I can help it. I said it a million times in my last video. Sometimes my brain gets stuck on repeat. That's intense. That is majorly pink. I think I want to take the last shade, which is Inspire. It's a gold, and I want to try tapping it just like in the center, because this one's a bit more sparkly. It's actually a lot more sparkly. Okay, so you can see that kind of like, add a little bit more intensity there. I really think this, if you did all of the brown neutral shades and then you added that on your lid, I think it would be gorgeous. I'm going to take Believe. I'm going to put that on my lower lash line very lightly. And for the heck of it, I'm going to take the BBDC. This may be a huge mistake. I just want to take this Brick Road for a minute and add a bit of yellow up here. Don't ask me why. Mixed kind of nicely with the pink. Added like a bit of almost an orange tinge when it mixed. Alright. I'm going to go above my brow bone with the pure white, which is a cold headliner. I don't think this look needs a highlighty, glittery eyebrow, you know? Guess for my inner corner, I'm going to take Inspire again. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's a beautiful inner corner highlight. Gosh darn it. I wanted to use the brush that they gave with the palette. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. They're not bad though. And I'm going to stop there and go finish off the rest of my makeup, and I'll be back in a minute to discuss my thoughts on the palette. Hello, I am back. I finished off my makeup and I'm looking in the mirror now, and I can honestly say that I'm pretty happy with my look. So what are my final thoughts about this palette? I didn't need it because I can certainly say that I have vibrant palettes like this in my collection. But I can also say that so far, because I haven't tried every shade in the palette, one, swatches definitely do not tell the story, at least when it comes to this, and several others. Again, it's hit or miss. What I'm saying is that you can't judge solely by a swatch. I am glad that I purchased the palette for the 40% off. If I had purchased it at the $65, rather no, not $65, it is $45. I wouldn't be upset, but I would have known that I would have had duplicates in my collection, which I have a lot of too. The whole point, I guess, that I'm trying to get at is, was it worth my picking it up for the sale price? Yes, I definitely think it is. And I can see me using this. Maybe not on the daily, but I can see myself pulling for specific colors. And when I want a nice yellow, I'm definitely going to be reaching for this for sure. Do you need the palette? That's always a very personal preference. I don't regret purchasing it. I will use it. I am glad that I got it, as I said, for the 40% off. So the rest is up to you. If you have this, I would love to know your thoughts on it. And if you paid the full price for it, do you regret that as well? Please let me know if you guys like this type of series. I'm trying to do different things on my channel because I've noticed my views are not what they usually are, so maybe people are bored of the things that I'm doing, and that's totally okay. So that means maybe I want to do some more interesting things that you guys might want to see. So if you have any ideas or products that you want to see or anything, I always welcome questions, comments in that little, thing down there. Words. Such a challenge. But I love you guys tremendously. Give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, please, if you wouldn't mind. This is a doozy. But you know I love you more than anything I could possibly find my words to say. And of course, my friends, whatever part of the world you're in, on and around, I hope you're having a very good day. I hope you can find your words better than I can. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week. And I'll see you soon in my next video. I have a bunch coming up because, I got all my boxes at the same time. You know how that happened and everything. So, I will see you guys soon. Much love, everybody. Bye.